just so we and them is friend. Stop it to say howdy do, shaking hand with me and you. They will hug your granny, kiss your baby, while we dribble too. Doggy look a bone, doggy doggy look a bone, look a bone. Doggy look a bone, doggy doggy look a bone, look a bone. After election, all the bone done. So come and touch it. Don't look so shocked. Don't just watch it. Doggy song. Is now they care. They start to share plenty favor. Their behavior is so concerned. First time they learn. Yes, now people getting burned. So they run to one and all, begging big and begging small. Doggy, look at back way, look at highway, look at hospital. Doggy, look at bone. Doggy, doggy, look at bone, look at bone. Doggy, look at bone. Doggy, doggy, look at bone, look at bone. After election, all the bone gone. So come and touch it. Don't look so shocked. Don't just watch it. Doggy song. In little track behind God's back, see them reaching, hear them preaching. We quite aware of problems here. Have hope, deliverance near. We go clean your dirty drain. We go fill our water main. Life will be so happy if you only vote for we again. Doggy look a bone. Doggy doggy look a bone, look a bone. Doggy look a bone. Doggy doggy look a bone, look a bone. After election, all the bone done. So come and touch it. Don't look so shocked. Don't just watch it. Doggy song.
Yes, good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Good afternoon to those of you locked on work. If you're still on work, good afternoon to those of you heading home from work and in your vehicles. Good afternoon to those of you locked on in the maxis and taxis and buses and PH cars. And trucks, sorry. Good afternoon to those of you locked on at home on conventional radio. And good afternoon to those of you locked on in Tobago. Yes, Tobago, locked on and listening. And of course, I want to say good afternoon to those of you locked on social media all across the world via the Street 919 FM Facebook page. And also those of you locked on YouTube via IWER TV. Good afternoon to those of you locked on all across the world, all the Caribbean islands locked on, South America, Guyana, United States of America. I want to say good afternoon to my good friend in Fort Lauderdale in Florida, also to Brooklyn, upstate New York, some people up there in Boston locked on, in Canada, all over the United States of America, Los Angeles. My people locked on in the UK and in the EU, that's Europe. And of course, those of you locked on in Africa, Australia, all across the world. Welcome to the Future of Talk, the #1 afternoon talk show in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm your host, Heavy Duty, And my co-host TC should be with me here shortly. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, yes, good afternoon, L. Yes, L, I get a message. Good afternoon. So, I want to say thanks to my comrade for holding it down, Mr. Felix. Had a good show. And be safe, go heading down the road. You know you're driving down the road there, and I know you locked on and listen. So, you all heard it. It's no secret. Breaking news all day today, all over social media. IWER, the boss himself, is now yellow. Because yellow is the code. So I want to say, the boss, welcome, welcome, welcome to Team UNC. Welcome to the Yellow House. I feel you had to paint the building yellow now. Because of course, you know, when UNC wins, everybody wins. I want to just say something here this afternoon before I go to the lines. I remember when I came here some couple years ago. Can't remember, could be about almost 3 years. This year will make it about 3 years, yeah. 3 years. This year will make it 4 years. When I came back, sorry. I don't say when I came back because I was here before. And I had a Saturday show, right? I used to work only on a Saturday from 12 to 3. And on my Saturday show, I remember me wanting to speak out about the ills and the wrongdoing in this country. And I used to have to speak very strategic because I didn't want to lose my Saturday show. And even though I was speaking strategic around the issues that were bothering me, I still was chastised and blamed and dragged for not supporting the PNM on this radio station. And I remembered at that time, from 6 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock in the night, all day on this radio station was only PNM talk shows, besides the churches doing their thing in between. And I remember TC, my co-host and my good friend, my brother, he had a show in the afternoon after Aisha Wells left with Naka, right? And I remember he asked me to come and do the show with him in the afternoon. And I had mixed reviews, I had mixed feelings about that because I didn't want to come here and hold my tongue. I wanted to come here and talk from my heart and talk the things I'm seeing and open people's eyes. And I always used to say, we are being lied to. I come to dispel all the propaganda, all the misinformation, all the lies. And I remember when I came here my first month working with TC, TC used to fight me. I know you gonna come just so, I know you listen. TC used to say, everyone's stupid as you're talking. When I trying to compare our country to places like Singapore and Dubai and Qatar, and I'm trying to show Trinidad and Tobago how we can become a better country. And I was also exposing all the propaganda lies by the PNM government saying it only had money to run the country for 3 days And Kamala lock up 9,000 black people, and it's 8,000 and 7,000, always changing. And all the UNC is a bunch of thieves and the corrupt, and all the misinformation that was out there that was being regurgitated over and over every day. And every day on this radio station, all they were talking about is Kamala, Kamala, Kamala. The UNC, Munilal, Munilal, Munilal. And when I came here, I started talking different. I was a little spark on this radio station on an afternoon, talking against the tide, talking against everything that everybody else was talking. And I was being chastised and dragged. And I remember my good friend TC saying, "Heavy boy, not me now, you're on your own, you know, because I'm not into this politics thing." But eventually he started listening. And he couldn't fight it no more because what I was saying was true. And when I asked anybody to call and debate the facts that I was bringing, they couldn't debate me. When I came here, armed to the teeth with information, I was like the voice in the wilderness. And then my godly friend and comrade TC started to understand the cries of the people, the cries of the ground. He started to hear the cries of the people. And so the information and all that I brought here overwhelmed him till he said, "Yeah, heavy boy, we're saying it's true." And I changed his understanding till right now TC is a guru in politics. Right? And then I want to say thanks to callers like Kunji, Anderson, Kingsley, KFC, and a couple of others that used to call in the earlies and support this show, because they were fighting on this radio station before I was here against all the PNM callers, and all PNM fanatics used to be calling whole day. They were like the voice in the West in Brooklyn. Can't forget Brooklyn and Bitcoin and all these other people. They hold on to us in the afternoon and support us. And I came and said the future of talk, came up with that name and showed it started to kick off. And we stayed here whilst Julia Davy was the #1 show. Julia Davy and Miss Saruka was just before us. Numbers were high. And we came here and we said, we know we're not as big as them, but we will get there. And I'm saying all this to say, from that time to now, the future of talk end up the main and only show on the street 919 FM, talking politics and current affairs. Everybody else gone. And with us, our callers grew, our listenership grew, our numbers went up, we hit #1, we break record on this radio station. All the rest of records that it had here previously, we broke. And we fought even though we were being chastised, dragged, called names all over social media. We were victimized. We lose income, jobs. Nobody wouldn't book us. Nobody wouldn't hire us. We tried to try a boat ride at bus. We getting fight right, left, right, and center. But we stood here. And now
you got bills to pay.
We are seeing that this radio station, which was known as a PNM radio station, has now transformed. And even the boss say yes, yellow is the code. Keep it locked. You got some pay members. We'll be right back.
Simple. The Elections and Boundaries Commission advises that before Election Day, you should receive your poll card in the mail. Open it to find the address of your polling station. Keep the poll card safe and take it with you on Election Day. If you did not receive your poll card in the mail, you can still vote. A poll card will be prepared for you at your polling station. You can also visit the EBC's website at www.ebctt.com or call the hotline at 785-8206 or 785-8211 to find your polling station. On Election Day, you should check the list posted outside your polling station for your name and number. Where there are several polling stations on the same compound, an information officer will direct you to your polling station. Polling agents who act on behalf of candidates are there to witness the process. If your name is on the list of electors and you have a valid ID card, you join the green line. All other persons, including physically incapacitated, blind or visually impaired persons, should join the red line. You are required to sign your poll card in front of the poll clerk. The deputy presiding officer examines your hands and fingers. If there is no evidence of electoral ink stains, you're issued a ballot paper. The deputy presiding officer also demonstrates how to mark and fold a ballot paper using the guidance ballot and how to vote with the X stamp. The ballot paper is folded to display the initials of the deputy presiding officer and the polling station number. A blind, visually impaired or physically incapacitated person is allowed to vote with the assistance of a companion. In the privacy of the voting booth, you vote by placing an X at the right of your candidate's symbol. If you make a mark other than an X, your ballot will be rejected and not counted. Fold your ballot paper as you were previously shown by the deputy presiding officer and proceed to the officer in charge of the ballot box. Display your folded ballot paper with the initials of the deputy presiding officer and polling station number. You will then be required to dip your finger in the electoral ink before you are allowed to place your ballot paper in the ballot box. If you refuse to dip your finger in the electoral ink, you will not be allowed to vote. When you've finished with this process, wipe off the excess ink. Any problem you encounter in the polling station should be brought to the attention of the presiding officer. To vote is your right. Exercise it. A message from the Elections and Boundaries Commission, your partners in democracy.
When UNC wins, cannabis, agriculture will also win to create more revenue streams for us. So the UNC will implement a comprehensive framework to regulate large-scale cultivation, agro-processing, which all are essential for unlocking this industry's full economic potential. Did you know that the global market, cannabis market, is projected to exceed US dollars 100 billion, US dollars 100 billion by 2030, with demand spanning medical marijuana, oils and edibles, where small farmers can participate alongside larger entities in cultivation or agro-processing. This approach ensures that they all will be included, whilst at the same time we will leverage TNT's agricultural expertise. The UNC recognizes that developing a regulated marijuana industry is an extension of agricultural policy aimed at economic diversification. This is not about encouraging recreational use, but creating an organized sector that benefits farmers, entrepreneurs, and investors while adhering to international standards. Implement a Cannabis Control Authority bill to establish commercial cultivation, agro-processing, and export licensing framework. We will create guardrails to ensure compliance with international trade regs and quality controls, especially for medical marijuana exports. We will provide incentives and training programs for small farmers interested in cultivating commercial marijuana. We will facilitate cooperatives where small farmers can get together, pool resources to access agro-processing facilities or sell crops to larger entities. We will ensure that marginalized communities affected by past cannabis criminalization have access to license and opportunities within the industry. We will develop partnerships with regional CARICOM partners and leaders to harmonize standards for medical marijuana exports. We will position TNT as a key supplier of pharmaceutical-grade cannabis products in developed markets.
It's not a dream, it's a plan. On April 28th, vote UNC. Now is the time to rise and shine. We know how it sounds. Another speech, another promise. It's too good to be true. You're right to feel that way, because for too long, we've been told to expect less, to accept less. But this time, it's different. The UNC is ready to invest in you, in education that excites, industries that inspire, and opportunity that lifts us all. It's not a dream, it's a plan. On April 28th, vote UNC, because when UNC wins, everybody wins.
Collective effort has always been our strength, has always been our strength. And it is the same spirit that we must now invoke to accomplish great things together as a nation. Many of you understand how it feels when you study for years only to graduate and then you cannot get a job. You can't get a job. You go to high school, you go to university, you come out, there's so many doctors, educated doctors in this country, can't get a job. There's so many talented people, no jobs. No jobs. We want to change that. We did it before, we will do it again. We will do it again. I talk about a track record of people-centered government. We created over 55,000 new jobs under my watch. And with your help, with your vote on April 28th, we will do it again. We will create the jobs. We will create the jobs. We are talking about dealing with your back pay. We are talking about your health and medical and other plans in housing. We will bring back the Land for Landless program. We will bring back the Land for Landless program. And we will create systems for making affordable housing available to as many as we can. So I'm saying the others have devalued you for 10 years. 10 long years. And now when you come to this crucial date, I tell you, I know many will vote for the UNC because that government devalued you, as I say, for 10 years. They devalued you by letting gangsters disrespect your parents. They devalued you by allowing your wives and daughters to be raped and beaten by criminals, in some cases to be murdered by criminals. We will not forget. We will not forget, I warn you. We will find them and we will run them out of town. We will find them. They devalued your income with high food prices, high fuel prices, high rents, high land prices, high house prices. They devalued you with bad roads, no water in your taps, high traffic fines, unfair demerit point system. They devalued you. You have to watch it that way. Don't stand up and cuss. I always tell you, don't tote, vote. Don't tote feelings, come out and vote.
On April 28th, we choose a government that will fight for us, because when UNC wins, everybody wins.
Now, let's welcome on stage none other than 555.
One Caribbean Music Festival, Saturday, May 31st, 2025 in Queens Park, Savannah. The king of dancehall will take the stage after 13 years. The World Boss returns. Vibes Cartel. VIP and VVIP tickets available at
519 Restaurant and Bar, C3 Mall, San Fernando, Pompey's Barbershop, Port Mall, Scarborough, Jade Monkey, Crown Point, Waterholics, Pigeon Point, and East Bay Fashion, Spring Garden Trace, and online on Island e-tickets. For more information or cabanas and special zones, call or WhatsApp 794-OCMF. That's 794-6263. Or log on to OneCaribbeanMusicFestival.com.
all previously purchased tickets remain valid. One Caribbean Music Festival, Saturday, May 31st. The World Boss returns. Vibes Cartel.
Powered by
California Stucco.
and sponsored by Cache.
Love, respect to Trinidad. It's always a pleasure.
We are at a crossroads in Trinidad and Tobago. For too long, we have watched as crime, economic hardship, and broken promises have drained the hope from our nation. But we refuse to accept this as our future. The time for excuses is over. The time for action is now. We demand leadership. Leadership that delivers for the people, with the people. This election is about the people in power versus you, the people with power. On Election Day, April 28th, reclaim your power. Vote for experienced leadership. Vote UNC. Because when UNC wins, everybody wins.
This is the voice of the PNM. TNT, we're inviting you to join us as we write a new chapter with Prime Minister Stuart Young on Wednesday, April 23rd, St. James. Meet us at corner Bones Road and Church Street. Then on Thursday, April 24th, Sangre Grande. Meet us at the PTSC Terminal. Hear from our chairman, Prime Minister the Honorable Stuart Young, and a lineup of powerful speakers. St. James, see you on Wednesday, April 23rd. Sangre Grande, see you on Thursday, April 24th. All meetings start at 6:30 p.m. This is a new chapter for TNT. We're red, ready, and responsible. On April 28th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
PNM coming. The PNM manifesto is real. You dig? Come, take a dive. Providing free, inclusive learn to swim classes for all children. A responsible government touching all aspects of life.
We vote in PNM on election day.
First-time homeowners, there's a $20,000 grant for you from the PNM manifesto. You don't know. If you inherit property valued up to $4 million, we're removing the stamp duty on that. Wow!
PNM coming.
Added to that, school uniform prices going down by 12.5%. All the VAT removed. Single parents in HDC communities and public servants coming soon. We introducing childcare and daycare services just for you. And yes, Inspector, a community center is a center for the community. That's why we refurbished 25 existing centers and constructed 26 brand new community centers across this country in the last 10 years. So vote for the PNM because that is a vote for the people.
We vote in PNM on election day.
Of course we paid for this political announcement. You think we get it for free?
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live.
The Street 919 FM, the #1 election station.
Shame for them, politician, like old Poppy, they just treat me when time to run for election. All this dog treatment is done, and what make the thing a joke. Like the trick does always work. They ill-treat the puppy, beat the puppy, then they come to folks. Doggy look a bone. Doggy, doggy look a bone. Doggy look a bone. Doggy, doggy look a bone. After election, all the bone done. So come and touch it. Don't look so shocked. Don't just watch it. Doggy suck. All through the years, we shared in tears. They too busy, they can't see me. Time to depend on we vote. So then, just so we and them is friends. Stop it to say howdy do. Shaking hand with me and you. They will hug your granny, kiss your baby while you dribble too. Doggy look a bone. Doggy, doggy look a bone, look a bone. Doggy look a bone. Doggy, doggy look a bone, look a bone. After election, all the bone done. So come and touch it. Don't look so shocked. Don't just watch it. Doggy suck. Is now they get, they start to share plenty favor. Their behavior is so concerned. First time they learn, yes now people getting burned. So they run to one and all, begging big and begging small. Doggy, look at back way, look at highway, look at hospital. Doggy, look at bone. Doggy, doggy, look at bone, look at bone. Doggy, look at bone. Doggy, doggy, look at bone, look at bone. After election, all the bone done. So come and touch it. Don't look so shocked. Don't just watch it. Doggy suck. In little track behind God's back, see them reaching, hear them preaching. We quite aware of problems here. Have hope, deliverance near. We go clean your dirty drain. We go build a water main. Life will be so happy if you only vote for we again. Doggy look a bone. Doggy, doggy look a bone, look a bone. Doggy look a bone. Doggy, doggy look a bone, look a bone. After election, all the bone done. So come and touch it. Don't look so shocked. Don't just watch it. Doggy suck.
Yes, so we are back. And I want to take your phone calls. The numbers to call 342-008-146-65391. Right? Call us. I have some videos to play, or you can also send your voice notes on 342-008-146-65391. You can send your voice notes. Right? And let's say that calling the number too fast. 342-0081 and 466-5391. Good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, afternoon, Mr. BQT. TC around?
No, TC in Richard.
I remember you recently mentioned something about the Alsing. I convinced the Alsing close to out of his mind. You know what that guy said last night, Heavy? The guy said in 1986, And now, when we see the moon and the stars, well, you want to connect them there and now with what partnership doing now, what you want to doing now.
Yeah.
You see how the Caribbean contribute to the IMF. This man don't know that PNM had the place in such a mess. We had no choice but to carry that government saved Trinidad and Tobago, and he criticized them anyhow. So I wonder where this man will be living. How old the thing is, about 20? He don't know. Anyhow, save the country. He said they carry the country, the IMF, after the proposed moon. He said, what moon and stars? It had nothing left, chamber and lick up everything.
Who said that? Who said that?
They are saying so last night, I said, but this man out in mind. He said they now carry the country to the IMF after they promised the moon and the stars. It had nothing. They had no choice. Chairman and them lick up everything. That why it was 33. They are saying desperate. Who we can fool with that nonsense? Where this man be living whole years? He know anything more history? And they have saved this country. Thanks for the time, Mr. Abidou.
Thank you so much. And it's sad because I said that on this radio station many times. And if D.L. Singh wanted the history, right, of the NAR, he could have listened to this show. Because on many occasions when I came here and gave history lessons from the beginning of the PNM with Eric Williams, so now, I mentioned on many occasions that the NAR government saved this country. Yes, we did went to the IMF when they came in, only because when they came in, the country was bankrupt. And it was bankrupt because of the same PNM government and their squandermania and corruption. And I said it many times, how the hell can we be in the 1970s to the early 1980s, the third richest country in the Western Hemisphere, and in a short space of just 4 years or 5 years, we bankrupt? How? How? I said that. And if it wasn't for the NAR government and their policies, we would have been like Haiti or worse today. So I don't know what the hell D.L. Singh talking about. Did they promise? Yes, they promised because they thought it had money. And I just want to say this before I go back to the lines. Right? I am feeling like it's 1986 all over again. Right? Because the NAR won 33-3. That time was 36 seats. And when they came in, there was no money to run the country. And yes, they did went to the IMF, but the IMF they didn't get anything borrowed from the IMF. We didn't borrow no money from the IMF. We went to the IMF, but they didn't lend us any money because they said your citizens' standard of living is too high. And you need to cut back on a lot of things and cut jobs and all these things. And they actually managed it pretty well. It didn't have as much job cuts and all of that as the IMF wanted to, the policies that the IMF wanted to instill on this country here. They did cut back on certain things, but all they did was reduce public servant salary and take back the COLA and they didn't give any back pay for a couple of years. They introduced value-added tax, which is VAT. And they introduced the Buy Local campaign, where we cut our importation of foreign foods for a couple of years. And they introduced homework centers. They first introduced those cottage homework centers where you can go and learn how to sew and how to do a trade and all these things in all these communities. It had cottages that the NAR introduced. And they boost agriculture. A matter of fact, the NAR came in and was the first government that understood that agriculture could have been a way of diversifying our economy because they boost agriculture.
When UNC wins,
that's coming already.
Everybody wins.
We'll take your calls in the next after this break.
Wins, Trinbago wins. Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father, now is the time to decide. If you want leaders who can build, place your ex by the rising sun. If you want leaders who can lead properly, place your ex by the rising sun. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Vote for peace. Vote for love. Vote for hope. Vote for change. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father, now is the time to decide. If you want leaders who can restore hope, place your ex by the rising sun. If you want leaders who lead with love, place your ex by the rising sun. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Vote for peace. Vote for love. Vote for hope. Vote for change. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
The PNM is dipping into their bag of old, tired tricks again. They ask, where will UNC get the money for the plans they have that will benefit you, the citizens of this country? But they tried that tactic back in 2010, remember? And yet, under the UNC-led government, Kamla Prasad-Bissessar found the money to build over 100 schools. She also built community centers, health centers, police stations. They built the Couva Children's Hospital, the UE South Campus, completed the Aranguez Overpass, settled over 83 wage negotiations, increased the minimum wage and the old age pension, introduced the Land for the Landless program, the Baby Milk Grant, the Children's Life Fund, expanded GATE, and they gave laptops to every child entering secondary school. So the UNC will find the money. So perhaps the more relevant question to ask this election is, what has the PNM done with your money?
Saturday, the biggest, baddest, boldest political party, the UNC final campaign rally is on home soil, Aranguez, Savannah, Aranguez. It's presentation of candidates, speeches, entertainment, and the feature addressed by political leader KPB+.
You have had other leaders before me. You will have other leaders after me, but never, never, ever will you have a leader who loves you as much as I do.
The final UNC campaign rally Saturday 3 p.m. at Aranguez, Savannah. Live coverage on this station on all major platforms.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. This is the voice of the PNM. TNT, we're inviting you to join us as we write a new chapter with Prime Minister Stuart Young on Wednesday, April 23rd, St. James. Meet us at corner Bones Road and Church Street. Then on Thursday, April 24th, Sangre Grande. Meet us at the PTSC Terminal. Hear from our chairman, Prime Minister the Honorable Stuart Young, and a lineup of powerful speakers. St. James, see you on Wednesday, April 23rd. Sangre Grande, see you on Thursday, April 24th. All meetings start at 6:30 p.m. This is a new chapter for TNT. We're red, ready, and responsible. On April 28th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
You are invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. On Mondays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Trauma and Bereavement. Every Tuesday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Law and You. Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Dealing with Disabilities. And on Friday evenings from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. All night prayer live on the Street 919 FM. Designed with you in mind. This program deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective, and you will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He has shown you, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you, but to do justly, to love, have mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank would be greatly appreciated. Account number 795-222. For further information, call 753-1113 or 610-4673.
It's voting time, and know all you big and all you have sense. So ask the right question. Kamla, how you just sleep at night? With Philip Alexander in UNC bed?
People don't want nothing to do with these bandits.
Facts.
They don't want the UNC.
Now your UNC base vex. I sure you can't sleep at night.
Kamla know her day over. You have to know it too. UNC there, they bust, they mash up.
Kamla, you know who you're in bed with?
It have plenty more around here.
When she looks to her right, she sees Ansel Roger, who dragged an effigy of her through the streets, calling her all manner of names in the process.
When you're lying in a UNC bed, I sure you can't sleep. You never know the backstabbers. That is a recipe for disaster.
No lies.
All you big and all you have sense. You have one choice this election.
Be red, be ready, and be responsible.
Of course this is a paid political announcement, but it's the truth.
Duh.
This election, you have to have a plan. The PNM plans a new chapter for social services. A fresh approach, innovation, young energy with we boy, Stuarty.
We're going to double the number of food cards. We're going to increase the book grants.
Digital verification for grants. No more repeat paperwork.
We will reform the food support and disability grant systems. to better protect and empower families.
Reforming the means test to give easier access to households facing temporary hardship. A new chapter for senior citizens. It's a boss manifesto. Dial a ride to help senior citizens get to clinic. Just call and a car picking you up. It's a wave of innovation in this new chapter.
Make sure that our senior citizens are properly looked after with an automated pension system.
Tanti Kamla and all go benefit. PNM have a boss manifesto, so we paid for political announcement. Vote PNM.
PNM, we working together, we building together, and we'll make it better.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live.
The Street 919 FM, the #1 election station.
Okay, so we are back, and I'm going to play some voices, and I'm going to head straight to the phone lines, right? I want to thank you guys for your patience. I know you guys have been waiting. Matter of fact, I'm going to go back to the phone lines first because a lot of people was calling, so let me get them one time. Good afternoon, caller.
Good evening, Effie.
Yes, brother.
Yeah, yeah, good evening. So I just said, I just back at the class. I want to put somebody in the back of the class, girl. So we have a video circulating on social media with Noel Garcia when UNC keeping a little thing for the train. He come with a truck with some mash up on his and exchanging. Well, this tasteful. I want to put that man in the back of the class.
Right.
If anybody listen to that video?
Yes, we had that video.
Right. I think when he talk, if you really listen to him, like he make a racial slur towards the man quietly, and it's distasteful. So that's what I say. Back of the class for that man.
Hi, caller.
Yeah.
Caller.
Yeah, if you were saying.
Yes, sir.
So I'm to me, and call my name, I'm to me, I supporting you since you're selling cassette.
No, go to man. What's up?
It's just joke away, Kevin. Well, I mean, going from way back when, you know, I mean, I had to say, you really keep that light burning. And I actually reached that stage where I think I just get fed up and give up on these people, and I don't know. But it's a good thing to see that everybody has seen the light and seen PNM for what they really are, and I think history have a lot to do with it. And I mean, you can't study people like the Alsing, and the Alsing say the national anthem is what? Discipline, tolerance, and production.
Yeah.
So you can't study. You look like when you go into the toilet, you spread yourself upside down. But I just say that to say that this is the people that we have running the country, and we need to move away from that. And you know, if Mrs. are listening, if you get a special majority or overwhelming majority, or you win all these seats, it would be in the country's best interest to rewrite the Constitution, particularly President and Prime Minister, 1 term per person. You see, have you heard of it in the US where you had one president serving 2 terms, and that is it? 1 term for person. So what you're automatically doing, you're forcing the party, if they want to stay in government, to choose and to choose good leadership. Right? King Tut and them fellas and them Pharaoh and all them fellas and them the Ming dynasty going through. That kind of imperialism, we need to move away from that. Don't go there and sit down to third most. They want to go there and remain there for 10 and 15 years as a president and prime minister. No. Rewrite the Constitution and remove that. You understand? So that you force parties to choose good leadership. And the rights to bear arms, I think it should have very good clarity where that is concerned, because as far as I understand and I stand to be corrected, I don't know any constitution tell you can't have the rights to protect yourself and family. But when they get into government, there must be good clarity on that. Have you and I know we grandparents and all of them had shotgun and all them things back in the days when they used to hunt.
Tom, man.
Yo.
You see this discussion we have, and we can have this Tuesday. Right? When we inside, then we can have a discussion, right?
Let's take
From now
another
on, we promoting to go and vote.
Yeah, tall man.
Yeah, tall man.
Right,
Bless it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, good, nice.
Good afternoon to Trinidad and Tobago. Good afternoon to everybody who listens to the program, everybody, the ones who like us and the ones who don't,
Like
the ones
us.
who understand us and the ones who don't.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy your entrance this afternoon
Mm-hmm.
was nothing but the truth.
Correct.
No part of what you said this afternoon was made up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of it, I was hoping that you'd have gone into a little more depth.
A little more depth, but
Yeah.
time didn't
But
permit
time
me.
didn't permit you.
Yeah, time didn't permit
Right?
me.
Because up to this day, we are still being affected.
Yeah.
We hurting,
Mm-hmm.
right? And on top of hurting, we still being treated unfairly,
Correct.
bad, right?
Up to this day.
Up to this day. 4 days before election. But nevertheless, we came here and the purpose we came here for, we fulfilling it by God's grace.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What I want people, I want to find out from the people this evening that listens to this program. These things that is happening in Arangwe St. Joseph, is it deliberate to try to mask all the madness that we faced in the last 10 years and try to hide it somehow? These things that is happening, that is blatantly showing black people being used for yet another time for political strength and gain. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything that the PNM is saying, you actually see like, why always saying that and I seen like it's always doing these things? I am not going to take any more phone calls right now. I want to show all you this. After we came here and preached Paul yesterday,
Yeah.
and I saying we could do this election thing in a real respectable manner.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was thinking that Mr. Dial Singh would have at least come out and say, listen, let's not do this kind of election.
Correct.
Let's do this the diplomatic way. Kadisha Amin in a meeting last night said to their supporters, we're not going down that road.
Yeah, yeah.
We will show leadership attitudes. And she told the supporters in that meeting last night, don't even think about going and do the things that you see the other side
That's what
doing.
I'm doing, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And all that dirty politics and all them stupidness. Last night that was said.
Yeah.
Right? And if Mr. Dial Singh, no, he has nothing to do with things like all the craziness that taking place all around that is popping up. Right?
But why just don't come out and just make a public statement? Come out and make a public statement and say, well, so the PNM supporters,
let's not do
that. Yeah.
Let's not do this.
Yeah, let we look good now. Let we don't do that.
Let we don't do that.
Because right now, all is not looking good.
That is not difficult, Evie.
You understand?
We can do this thing very diplomat.
Yeah.
Very diplomatic. Right? Instead of things like this, I would not show earlier. Because this could never be David Maharaj, supporters, David Maharaj supporters doing this. After he spent his money, right, and invested in his things,
yeah,
he wouldn't send somebody 2 o'clock in the morning
to cut on your own thing,
to mash it up. That makes no sense. Look at this.
We'll play the video. Let the people see what we're talking about. Go up on the live right now, Facebook, YouTube. Take a look at this video.
Now, if you're not on the live, there's no audio, so we'll explain to you a white...
Men exiting a white
wagon.
Nissan wagon.
Yes. Entering the compound of the Aranguez Culture and Sports Club. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The wagon gone. The men entering, 3 men. One looks like a Rasta there to me. Right? Next one walking in. And you know what them going and do?
Well,
them gone onto the compound and cutting out the face
of the billboards.
Right? So sad to see that the distance we go in Trinidad. Right? They're coming back out running. Right?
Yeah, one is a Rasta.
One is a Rasta. No, that was half of the team. Heavy.
That was just half?
That was half of the team. Right? Look, the next half of the team, you know, around the grounds, have some small banners.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? The next half of the team, around the grounds, ripping down the banners from on the fence. Look at all the banners that was on the fence going around.
Yeah.
Rip down all the banners. Right? Now, that I would stop it here.
Yeah.
And I would show you in the daytime.
Yeah, we will play the video for
the daytime video now.
Yeah, play
right?
the video. Look on me, I have it there.
Yeah, I see you have it there.
Yeah.
This is the daytime video here. This one have audio. So
yeah,
you're
so
gonna
you can hear this one.
This one.
Yeah.
Brothers and sisters, good morning. This is Safra Zali coming to you live from the Aranguez Sports Club, a private ground. This morning, 2:39 a.m., internal cameras caught 5 guys coming into this ground and defacing UNC candidate Devish Maharaj billboards. Watch this, guys. Stin, watch that.
Look at that.
Wow.
Watch that.
Look at that.
Watch that. Watch that. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it, guys. Disgusting.
Oh, they even
It's
lost
on the other side of the billboards are facing the Aranguez Savannah side too. I'm going to show you all. Watch this.
Wow. Oh, why are you doing that?
What's the purpose?
Why are you doing that?
That could win votes.
I want to know.
What's the purpose?
I want to know. That can change somebody's mind.
That can change somebody's mind.
We also had the banners, all the banners on the riverbank.
That could say, I know
we had about 6 or 7 on the
Cutty face.
Guys, watch this.
I had to be wickedness, boy.
If it's
disgusting, disgusting.
Less than a week away from a general election, that makes no sense.
No sense.
They are evil guys, and we caught you all on camera. Don't worry, just know they're going to get famous soon. We caught everybody on camera. Don't worry. Brothers and sisters, there's another reason why we need to vote for Mr. Devish Maharaj.
Exactly.
Watch the nastiness the other side playing. Watch.
Yeah, boy.
Watch. There's a private ground, and 5 guys jump out of a White Wing Road. 2:39 a.m. One allegedly looking like a Rasta and slashing the billboards that they didn't pay for. But don't worry, the people watching and the people fed up. The people fed up with the PNM. Vote UNC, brothers. Vote UNC to overcome this kind of wickedness. Wickedness. Thank you, brothers. Yeah, we get a picture. Yeah, we get a picture. Don't worry. They'll get famous.
Them China.
They'll get famous, brother.
Look at this. Heavy.
You see?
Boy.
You know what's sad about this?
Yeah, we don't worry. The famous.
Them fellas didn't get out of bed 2:30 in the morning to go and do that gesso.
Gesso for free.
For free.
Yeah. You telling me they went and them just feel like doing that for free. Them get out of bed 2:30 something in the morning.
Nobody, down to the driver get paid.
Everybody get money there. You know that?
But That was a plan, strategic plan. Go there and deface all them banners and them.
Cut all.
Yeah, because we don't want anybody who come in this Saturday see them banners.
Wow.
Remember Saturday's the big rally?
Yeah. So yeah, let me see for me Savannah.
Yeah, we see for me Savannah.
Oh,
let me cut them down one time so nobody can go see it.
Yes, Evie.
You understand?
Yes.
And I want to advise the organizers of that event in the Savannah, on Arangua Savannah, Saturday, the main rally. Try not to put up nothing the day before, because they might come and put it down.
Put it up and put police.
Put police.
Put police hiding some of them house and share bullets.
This is
and make no apology for what I say. Put it up. And you see the neighbors who living right around there?
Because you see, they know they will go and put it down in the night.
Invite the police to spend the night, get them their front bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when they come?
Bullet.
This is a bullet.
Yeah.
This is a bullet. What terrorists are sharing? So they get free bullet?
Give bullets. Because this had to stop.
No, this is
taking it
no,
too
this
far.
is taking it too far. Matter of fact, they start taking it too far since they start to pull long banners and
all them stupidness.
I seen a video. A woman taping the video. TNTech, all they pulling on Michelle Benjamin banners in Moruga. But they are saying banners on the two TNTech Paul and St. Joseph. How come this up, this up? But all they say it's illegal. She showed the camera and she taping it. I want to know TNTech. Why am I coming to pull on this one?
They are only victimizing UNC people.
Why are they doing that? And this is the first election. This is the first election that's going on, no?
Well, so why have an election in the first place?
To see.
Well, we really going to a different level.
A different level.
Just all right, the night Stuart, just leave Stuart and don't keep no election, so we're not doing no election. Right? Don't carry through all of this, and I said it already. Don't carry us through all of this if you know you don't want fairness.
This clearly showing that the PNM is playing nasty politics.
It clearly shows. Right? Because
David desperate.
win nothing yet, you know?
No!
He win nothing yet, so why are you going through
Yeah,
all
the
that?
face and the slash the man big banner. Right? That the man spend money on. Is that going to change a voter mind?
No.
Or look at Saji banner with me voting for you again?
Yeah, no.
That making any sense?
It makes no sense.
So you now get each one of them and them a little $1,000.
Why you didn't invest that into something in a community?
Oh. You now get
that bad money you spend.
Okay, you spend 6,000 because 5 men and the driver in a vehicle.
They get more money than that. Man are taking them $1,000 work this.
You're taking them $1,000
to run out on a savannah and do that.
Alright, you spend 10,000. They say a man get 2,500, you spend 15,000.
Yes.
Why didn't go to the community 15,000 and see if you can help somebody?
Yeah. Man taking out $1,000 working. We know about that. Nobody is taking out $1,000 working.
Nah, you can't get me up my bed for no $1,000 to go and do that.
And do that?
And do that.
And
open savannah.
I'm not doing that for no $1,000. Man want money.
Yeah.
Pass some money and we got handle it for you. So that investment could have gone into a community.
You could have do all kind of things. You could keep a little small go competition and get the youths and them a little $5,000 first prize, $2,000 second prize.
Oh, no.
Buy some drinks and some.
Buy some Red Bull, some
rude boy and some punching.
Some rude boy and some Hennessy.
And some Hennessy. Yeah. You understand? And some weed.
And some onks.
But no, all joke aside, TC.
That's taking it this year.
Yeah, that's taking it too far.
And I am saying to Mr. Dial Singh again, if you need to distance yourself away from these things, make a public statement and say, listen, desist from these things. This is not of our party.
And nobody gonna do that for free for no PNM thing.
If you know you have nothing to do with these things, and I'm not saying that you did, I'm saying that
TC, I saying he did.
To show clarity, right? To show clarity, right? And show that you're not standing for those type of things. Make a public, do a video.
TC, I am saying...
Heavy, I'll take off your mic. Don't do that. Don't say that. Right? Don't do that. Right? Heavy, don't do that. Let's take some phone calls. I'll take some phone calls. Watch your mouth. Hi, good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah. VNTC, I
Yes,
think brother from Malaman. I would just call in you, caller. Yeah, what's going on now? This country, something really, really wrong in this place. When I sit down and I watch this thing, what is going on? Trinidad, this is the Trinidad we living in. This is where it reached to. Then, down the road, yeah, what's going on happening here? You believe the port workers, they will not privatize the port. Plenty of people are seeing and hearing these things. On the eve of an election, them going and privatize the port. It have plenty of people sleeping and they understand what is going on. But something I'm going to tell you here. A man tell me just so. He said the grass cut and you see all the snakehead right now. All the snakehead and them you see. They cut the grass so you see all the snakehead right now.
Thank you so much, man.
Everything showing right now.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, all still doing the good work, man. Love and respect. And after the election, all continue with this good work.
Thanks very much, Makola. Thanks very much, Belgium. Yeah, man. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, TT and Harry.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good program as always. Let me start with this first point. You see this billboard, Bacchanal? What they are destroying this billboard? As you rightly say, if we really value democracy, the PNM leadership need to come out and condemn this without fear or favor. They need to come out and condemn this.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Come out and say it's not looking good.
Right. You know things will start like this. Next thing you know, our election now will be, our future election will be marked by serious violence. If they don't stop this nonsense now, right? They need to come out and condemn this. Right? Don't you also find it strange that the day after Mr. Dialton talked about that black van moving around in the community, the Commissioner of Police coming out now to talk about attempts to disrupt the election? They find that strange.
I saw that article.
Yeah, pretty strange to me.
Yeah.
Right? And we know, any educated person, right thinking person knows that I don't know if this statement by the Commissioner of Police is an attempt to frighten the citizens into not coming out and vote. And we know what our local voters turn out and do. It has favored the incumbent.
Yeah.
Right? We know those things. Right? But I am telling the people, come out there in your large numbers overwhelmingly and make this similar to the results of 1986. Right? If they get three seats, they get 20. Right? In that sense. The PNM also talk about being ready and responsible. That's their watchword. But nothing they have been saying on the platform is responsible. You know?
Exactly. Exactly.
Right? And finally, have you all been seeing this guy Stark Entertainment showing you all those abandoned schools and materials and so on?
Yes, yes.
Incomplete. That has to be, no government supposed to be operating like this if you're concerned about this country. You complete those things and do not waste taxpayers' money. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your call. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, TC. Well, I say this about a week or two ago that they are going to use this election to try and destabilize this country. The thing about it is that you people have to pay attention to what's taking place, because here it is. You have the police commissioner telling you that there are people that working behind the scenes to upset the election. So what is the next plan for the next couple of days? You have the election postponed? Or God forbid somebody firebomb the EBC? Well, what is taking place?
Right now, it's looking like somebody grabbing at straws right now. They're desperate.
I know go to tell you that this party, well, I see something that Philip Alexander put up where he talk about the Syrians and them fighting over the party against the association, the Chinese association, and while they fighting, the whole country going to hell. So, what fellas, we are between now and Friday, you know. And I don't mean to sound negative, but I really holding the faith and hoping that everything works out the way it's supposed to work out, and we install a new government. But the speed and the rate at how things going, we don't know what could take place between then and now. So we have to be very vigilant, and we have to be on the P's and Q's. We're walking on eggshells right now. I've been saying that for a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
all right, fellas.
All right, brother.
We're heading to the break.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. There's nothing we could do from here on to convince anybody. The writing right now is on the wall.
Correct.
People have to know what they are for by now for Monday.
For Monday, yeah.
We'll be back after this.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
To vote is simple. The Elections and Boundaries Commission advises that before Election Day, you should receive your poll card in the mail. Open it to find the address of your polling station. Keep the poll card safe and take it with you on Election Day. If you did not receive your poll card in the mail, you can still vote. A poll card will be prepared for you at your polling station. You can also visit the EBC's website at www.ebctt.com or call the hotline at 785-8206 or 785-8211 to find your polling station. On Election Day, you should check the list posted outside your polling station for your name and number. Where there are several polling stations on the same compound, an information officer will direct you to your polling station. Polling agents who act on behalf of candidates are there to witness the process. If your name is on the list of electors and you have a valid ID card, you join the green line. All other persons, including physically incapacitated, blind or visually impaired persons, should join the red line. You are required to sign your poll card in front of the poll clerk. The deputy presiding officer examines your hands and fingers. If there is no evidence of electoral ink stains, you're issued a ballot paper. The deputy presiding officer also demonstrates how to mark and fold a ballot paper using the guidance ballot and how to vote with the X stamp. The ballot paper is folded to display the initials of the deputy presiding officer and the polling station number. A blind, visually impaired or physically incapacitated person is allowed to vote with the assistance of a companion. In the privacy of the voting booth, you vote by placing an X at the right of your candidate's symbol. If you make a mark other than an X, your ballot will be rejected and not counted. Fold your ballot paper as you were previously shown by the deputy presiding officer and proceed to the officer in charge of the ballot box. Display your folded ballot paper with the initials of the deputy presiding officer and polling station number. You will then be required to dip your finger in the electoral ink before you are allowed to place your ballot paper in the ballot box. If you refuse to dip your finger in the electoral ink, you will not be allowed to vote. When you've finished with this process, wipe off the excess ink. Any problem you encounter in the polling station should be brought to the attention of the presiding officer. To vote is your right. Exercise it. A message from the Elections and Boundaries Commission, your partners in democracy.
Brothers and sisters of Trin City Maloney, this is Michaela Pandey, political leader of the Patriotic Front. Today, I am proud to announce our candidate for Trin City Maloney, Jamel Hunt.
A vote for me is a vote for Trin City Maloney. For our voices to be heard, our needs to be met, and our future to be bright. I'm Jamel Hunt, your Patriotic Front candidate. Born and raised right here, I know the real issues. We need jobs, safety, and leadership that listens. On April 28, let's do better together. Vote for change, not exchange. Vote for the heart. Vote for Jamel Hunt.
Big change, big change. Patriotic front, we bring change. Jamel Hunt, he bringing change. Time for the rearrange.
This whole country, I'm sure you have all noticed their election rituals, smears, insults, excuses in full swing. That is the PNM ritual for elections. Lie, cry, and mama guy. Smears, insults, and excuses. That's all you're getting. And then, of course, all the false promises. The whole country is witnessing, from the PNM campaign, a cowardly retreat into the stale victimhood strategy. They blame game rhetoric, fake AI, and invocation of the tired and outdated race card. That's the PNM Bible, rituals for elections. You must choose to change because you're seeing people being murdered. Look, inside the airport, people getting killed. There's a Kamlan UNC bar talking the PNM, and that may make international investors run away from Trinidad. But you have man getting shot down in the airport. Another word about it. Nothing done, nothing said. This government cannot address the pressing issues affecting our country. Murders, home invasions, rapes, robberies, high food prices, unemployment, increasing cost of electricity and water, increasing phone charges, property tax, decline in GDP, natural gas shortages, poor roads, flooding, non-existent healthcare, inflation, increasing debt levels, business closures, massive retrenchments, Balizé house corruption, and a crumbling, crashing justice system. That's what we got. PNM speakers have not addressed these issues, which are battering the population. Instead, the outgoing PNM government is once more caught red-handed in their ongoing desperate mission to lie, cry, and mama guy, to gaslight the population through its list of broken, repeated promises. 490 budget promises were made in the last 10 years by the PNM. The total number of broken budget promises over this period is 373 broken promises. And the total number of repeated broken budget promises is 100. What did I always tell you? PNM means promises never materialize.
On April 28th, vote UNC.
Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine.
When UNC wins, retirees win, because we will work together to decrease taxes on your retirement benefits and private pensions. When UNC wins, retirees win. They worked hard their whole life and pay tax their whole life, and when you retire, you're still paying tax. We will work to reduce that tax on your pensions and your retirement benefits.
When UNC wins, everybody wins.
Jesse Martin, the PNM on fire, Sojong on fire, the government on fire, the people want Kamla, the people want Kamla, the people want Kamla, the people want Kamla, who the people want Kamla, who the people want Kamla. 10 years now the people suffering, raising tax and raising everything, now it's time to vote them out of
countdown has begun. One Caribbean Music Festival. This is not just a concert. This is an experience. The king of dancehall will take the stage after 13 years. Vybz Kartel. Saturday, May 31st, 2025 at Queen's Park, Savannah. A movement. A moment in history. The undisputed icon. Vybz Kartel.
Oh, you love the touch. See, don't gonna cheer where you want so much.
Delivering a performance like never before. One Caribbean Music Festival. Straight from Portmore to the Queen's Park, Savannah. The World Boss returns. And he's not coming along. May 31st, 2025. Queen's Park, Savannah.
Get your tickets at online on Island e-tickets. For more information, call or WhatsApp 794-OCMF. That's 794-6263. Or log on to OneCaribbeanMusicFestival.com.
All previously purchased tickets remain valid. One Caribbean Music Festival.
Powered by
California Stucco
Company Limited and sponsored by Cash.
The World Boss returns.
Trinidad, let's do it. We are at a crossroads in Trinidad and Tobago. For too long, we have watched as crime, economic hardship, and broken promises have drained the hope from our nation. But we refuse to accept this as our future. The time for excuses is over. The time for action is now. We demand leadership. Leadership that delivers for the people, with the people. This election is about the people in power versus you, the people with power. On Election Day, April 28th, reclaim your power. Vote for experienced leadership. Vote UNC. Because when UNC wins, everybody wins.
Follow The Street 919 FM on all social platforms at The Street 919 FM.
And so we must press on to the mark of the higher calling, which is everyone being treated fairly and equally in our land. I say again, the PNM's general election campaign is to insult, denigrate, smear. Their campaign will be that people are bad talking the government. Their campaign, as always, is to do exactly what they want to accuse us of doing, and that is to divide our country. We must not let them do it. Their plan is to try and alienate thousands of the electorate across TNT. They're saying that the hundreds of thousands of people who are in pain, who are hurting, who are fearful, who are anxious and emotional, they said those people bad talking the government. You ever hear things so? People are suffering and speaking out, they said they're bad talking the government. Well, government of the day, you deserve to be bad talk, because as John told us earlier, we are beyond the state of crisis. And there is too much suffering in our land. Look at their campaign. They say Kamala bad talking the government. They say the unions bad talking the government. They say influencers bad talking the government. They say workers bad talking the government. So when what they're talking about is everybody bad talking the government, who you have to blame for that? We have only yourselves to blame for that. The families of the children and the women who were raped, murdered and missing, they said they bad talking the government. The thousands of small businesses and women trying to make ends meet and really see in trouble, they said they too bad talking the government. The thousands upon thousands of workers who want fair wages for a fair day's work, they said they bad talking the government. And young people who want a job, they want to buy a home, they're afraid of getting murdered, they say they bad talking the government. The US crime advisories, they say they bad talking the government too. They say the UK, by putting the visa restriction, they bad talking the government too. UK and EU crime advisories bad talking the government. That's the PNM's campaign for this election, be warned. Their campaign is that the whole world, the whole wide world, and we right here in TNT bad talking the government. So you know when it's time to go, just go now.
On April 28th, we choose a government that will fight for us, because when UNC wins, everybody wins.
This is the voice of the PNM, TNT, we're inviting you to join us as we write a new chapter with Prime Minister Stuart Young on Wednesday, April 23rd, St. James. Meet us at corner Bones Road and Church Street. Then on Thursday, April 24th, Sangre Grande. Meet us at the PTSE Terminal. Hear from our chairman, Prime Minister the Honorable Stuart Young, and a lineup of powerful speakers. St. James, see you on Wednesday, April 23rd, Sangre Grande. See you on Thursday, April 24th. All meetings start at 6:30 p.m. This is a new chapter for TNT. We're red, ready, and responsible. On April 28th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live.
The Street 919 FM, the #1 election station.
Good afternoon, Heavy. Good afternoon, TC. Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Well, it have a man, Heavy and TC. He start from Tunapuna. I hear he going Barataria Sawan and he on a truck. And he dressed like he no come from a funeral. So I don't know if it's the PNM funeral. I don't know if he went and buried the people, the PNM. I don't know if he come and I don't know if he went and buried PNM. But that's why he dressed up. He dressed up like an undertaker. And talking going up and down the East-West corridor, talking a pack of rubbish about the Congress of the People, about Kamala, and all them crooks we in bed with and all kind of thing. I want to tell that individual, fire burn you, boy. You is a disgrace. You is a PNM, your petticoat, your PNM petticoat showing up. It has all been showing up for the past 10 years. Your PNM petticoat showing up. But anyhow, that is all right. Because the writing is on the wall, Heavy and TC. PNM is getting defeated come April 2020, April 28, 2025. And when we win, everybody win.
Good day, Heavy Bitcoin here. What's Stuart Young saying? You're going to spread out food card and enable the disabled. What kind of stupid talk is that? He's vague, right? And then he's talking about Tyler Ride and helping the elderly people. All that pie in the sky and everything can come into fruition. There's no policy for no differently able people in this country. There's no policy for the older people here. That's Mama Guy talk. Once that Mama Guy talk to fool people to go and vote for them. They ain't giving them nothing and they're just taken away from these people. If I have Bonnie US Stuart Young, or they rock so, they take away all the people's food card and want to come and talk us about foolishness now. Rock so, yellow the code.
Good afternoon, Heavy NTC, and to everybody out here. You know, this PNM government, they have no shame whatsoever. I think it was Dan Paul that got on a platform and talk about the US Kamala thief $16 billion from NGC, and what it could up to now it cannot be accounted for. Heavy NTC, that is such a big dirty lie. Right? When that was Rowley, you see all what Rowley was campaigning on, all the lies, the half-truth innuendos and propaganda he was campaigning on in 2015, they regurgitated it now. Because that was one of Rowley's lies with that money. At the joint select committee, Jerry Brooks, who was the chairman of NGC, said that the partnership government used $14.5 billion, right, to fix recreation grounds, roads and bridges and things like that, right? How is it is not accounted for, Heavy, if Jerry Brooks could tell them what was done with the money? But you see, they're so accustomed to lying, they have nothing to bring to the people. So they figure if they lie, they shall not going to believe it. Jerry Brooks accounted for the money at the Joint Select Committee. And he said, but one of the things that he pointed at is that it was used not in the scope of outside the scope of NGC. But I wanted to ask him, Patrick Manning used NGC money to build that whole Brian Lara promenade in town. Was that within the scope of NGC? But you see, what is good for the PNM is not good for anybody else. But I remind all you that the first budget, when the PNM came into office, Jerry Brooks gave them $4 billion towards the budget. And then you want to come and tell people that they couldn't find the money? But I want to tell him it was the Kabla handbag, you know. It was right there, Jerry Brooks accounted for it at the Joint Select Committee. So stop the lying. Stop the lying. Thanks a lot, guys.
Pleasant evening, Heavy and TC. This is Juice. Now, there's a gentleman, an Indian gentleman, cussing and calling African people who support the UNC ninjas with a R, right? And cussing Felicia Thomas, the president of PSA, Shimura so and so. You'll need to if you want, I could send you the video afterwards, after the program, right? But I don't think it's wise that you play that on air, right? So you can, at least you can hear it for yourself. The PNM get real desperate. Yellow is the code, and it's that.
I feel like when I speak sometimes, I would offend some people, but I would speak anyway. Juice and Miss Santa Cruz, we have no time for that.
Yeah, we don't have time to play that one.
Miss Santa Cruz and Juice, we have no time for that. We have to stay focused.
Correct.
What Rowley say and all them things, that don't mean nothing right now. All we doing is praying, sleeping, eating, and waking up and counting down the days for Monday.
Correct.
I wish that when I sleep and wake up, somebody tell me it's Monday morning.
Yep.
They can't spread no lies now. No. Who want to call you ninja? No. It is too late.
Too late.
Right?
Even a man walking up and down the road
a man who's driving on a truck.
Okay.
I'm talking only being distracted.
Yeah, only being distracted. Only running down loose ball.
Only running down loose ball.
Who say what and who say what? All these things, if you will get people saying that because it's election time, they will say all kind of thing.
When these things come around, you know what you're supposed to say? We don't care.
Yeah, we don't care.
We don't care.
It's silly season.
Exactly. That is like gossiping. Nobody can come to me with, hey, you ain't see this one and that one. Yeah. I just get told off one time.
I listen to ad here. I don't want to say them because it's an ad. You understand? And my man is saying, why are they doing that?
Yeah, but because
talking about Philip and talking about the Roger Jag, Cameron. We don't care.
That cannot defer us right now. The course is running hard right now and straight. Don't look left. Don't look right.
Pony blinders. They
will turn into a pillar sword.
Yeah, don't turn left. Don't turn around.
Don't turn around.
Don't turn around.
Don't let these distractions. And this is why I opened when I said, I want to know if all this that happening in St. Joseph,
yeah.
It's just distractions.
Yeah, like if that go change somebody's mind.
Let's not get distracted by this foolishness. We already know what's going on. You know the truth.
If they were so confident, they would not be doing all this.
All this.
Yeah. If they were confident that they're going to win.
Feel like a winner now.
Yeah.
All instead of feel like a winner now.
Yeah.
Instead of feel like a winner, stop quarreling with the losers.
Don't quarrel with the losers.
I already feeling that sense of victory. Let me not get sidetracked with all this other dotishness. The victory's in front of us. Right now, we done leading the race.
Oh, let's see the boss and all that. No, he jump on the wall. The boss and all rolling.
Pull off a jacket.
He pull off his jacket and say, yellow is the code. The people want Kamla, so.
We don't even think about that. We gone clear with this one.
This one
gone.
As I tell people, the only person can stop this is the thief. The thiefers.
Boy, name the thieves can stop.
And I want to say,
God.
Advisors come from CARICOM. I saw it today in the news. The UNC welcome the advisors and them from CARICOM today. So not the advisors, the people who's watching over election. Why did hell that word got up, man? Go for the break.
But let me tell you where's he going now. Everybody go away.
To decide if you want leaders who can build, place your ex by the rising sun. If you want leaders who can lead properly, place your ex by the rising sun. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Vote for peace. Vote for love. Vote for hope. Vote for change. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father, now is the time to decide. If you want leaders who can restore hope, place your ex by the rising sun. If you want leaders who lead with love, place your ex by the rising sun. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Vote for peace. Vote for love. Vote for hope. Vote for change. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
What is the reason, what is the source of all this PNM discomfort? What is the source of all their fear tactics? What is the source of their heightened desperation, their heightened divisiveness? What is causing the PNM to panic? What is causing the PNM to panic? The UNC and the coalition of interest has the PNM on the run. We have them on the run everywhere. What is causing the PNM to attack public servants, social media persons, and everybody who is fed up with them? That is their attack. The PNM's worst nightmare in this election is that the people will get their fair share of the resources of Trinidad and Tobago. That is their fair.
On April 28th, vote UNC.
Saturday, the biggest, baddest, boldest political party, the UNC final campaign rally is on home soil, Aranguez, Savannah, Aranguez. It's presentation of candidates, speeches, entertainment, and the feature addressed by political leader KPB+.
You have had other leaders before me. You will have other leaders after me, but never, never, ever will you have a leader who loves you as much as I do.
The final UNC campaign rally Saturday 3 p.m. at Aranguez, Savannah. Live coverage on this station on all major platforms.
Everybody wins.
Whether you're a work-from-homer, a movie and TV show binger, or a big-time gamer, Flow's link-up plans are the bundles for you. Get everything you need to impress your boss with improved productivity. Plus, catch up on the hottest new shows that everyone's talking about. Don't wait. Check out Flow's link-up plans today. P.S. They've got Max too. Sign up in-store or online at discoverflow.co. Flow, inspired by you.
This is the voice of the PNM. TNT, we're inviting you to join us as we write a new chapter with Prime Minister Stuart Young on Wednesday, April 23rd, St. James. Meet us at Corner Bones Road and Church Street. Then on Thursday, April 24th, Sangre Grande. Meet us at the PTSC Terminal. Hear from our chairman, Prime Minister the Honorable Stuart Young, and a lineup of powerful speakers. St. James, see you on Wednesday, April 23rd. Sangre Grande, see you on Thursday, April 24th. All meetings start at 6:30 p.m. This is a new chapter for TNT. We're red, ready, and responsible. On April 28th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
This is the big one. We ready. Calling out all PNM posse. PNM supporters assemble.
Let's PNM.
We go at Etihad Saturday 26th April. This Saturday 3 p.m. for the big red rally. Come support your PNM candidates. And now is the time we talking the things. They can't get away. Hear the Honorable Prime Minister Stuart Young SC and the political leader Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley and a powerful lineup of speakers. Big ones, lots of entertainment, the top soca stars and more.
We used to carry it, we used to carry it when it ground, we used to carry it, we used to carry it.
All PNM supporters, rock and come in. Etihad Grounds, 26th April, this Saturday, 3 p.m. Because we ready, we're responsible, we're launching off to the new chapter.
Red is the PNM and we shall prevail.
Red is the word. All 41 constituencies in the house. Everybody, we out there.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live.
The Street 919 FM, the #1 election station.
Right, so we are back, Heavy.
Yes, man, and before we go, I need people to hear this video here. This video right now is circulating. TC, I wanted to hear this. And I want Trinidad and Tobago to listen to this. Right? Listen, you see when people join, right? They just try all kind of things. They even go back and try to amend things that the damage. Play that video.
Because I want to know what it is.
You see the video there?
Now the same people who want to send me back to my country, the same people who humiliated me last year, want to pay me right now for help them to win the election next Monday. Listen.
Yeah, so our main goal, we went through the page, we love the content. Our main goal is, I know before when Rowley was in power, there was a lot of miscommunication or maybe some mishaps. I'm not saying that they were not right or whatever the case is. So we heard you, and well, obviously now we changed the Prime Minister, so it's now Stuart Young. So what we're looking for is a reinforcement in your previous statement. So it's like, I saw you post a video yesterday between PNM and UNC. It was amazing. Now, that was a foundation for where we want to get at. So the next video that we hope to see you post is maybe with PNM, talking about Stuart Young and how he would implement the new manifesto. Now, if you want, and it's a lot of reading, I could send you the manifesto, but honestly speaking, it's a lot to read, and I don't expect you to read through all of them, right? So what we're focusing on is mostly youth. So we want to show you more or less how Stuart Young could put something in place for your children. Now, we do have some things in mind which I can send you, and you can also use that to promote. When it comes to payment, I would have spoken to them and they said they could give you a stipend. If we could get like 5 or 6 videos done by maybe like Tuesday, whatever, we could see how payment could be received. But more or less now we're just trying to get content out, and to see that the content is growing, we'll take care of payment later.
Later, my bombo clats, you understand? My son no go to school because the Minister of Education don't want my son in the school. Do you know how much money I spend in lawyer in Trinidad and Tobago? $4 billion, right? Let me tell you something, right? Listen. When UNC wins, everybody wins. Nothing with you, Ron.
Influencers, yeah.
She said when we change, you can't understand now.
Yeah.
Right? That's what they want people to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want people to believe.
We're earlier than you see Stuart Young there now.
No, yeah.
And you know things are going to change.
Yeah.
And la. And they're trying to sell Trinidad that. Not even Cuban boy buy that.
Buy that.
And
yeah.
some of we stupid Trinidadian buy that.
Buy that.
Not even Cuban boy.
Yeah.
Cuban boy can seize the opportunity there.
Yeah. You hear what I'm asking for? They want them to do our next video and do about 3 or 4 videos for them.
You're playing them, your video look good.
Yeah. And don't
more content
and don't worry, we'll take care of you.
Yeah, and don't worry about pay, go pay later.
You'll pay later, yeah. We'll tell for more. Do you see? Do you see on the dashboard? You see on the dashboard?
Heavy, that is a different level.
Yeah.
Heavy, that different level.
Yeah. You see, the man just remember they deport him and all kind of thing, you know.
And take all
and take each other to the school and all kind of thing, you know. The real fighting, the real victimize him, man. Now they want them to come and do video. Oh, that wasn't them. That was the next Rowley. That was Rowley. No, we have a new, we are Stuart Young. Yeah.
No, we patching up.
We patching up things. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah.
I want you to listen to that video again.
Yeah.
Now the same people who want to send me back to my country, the same people who humiliated me last year, want to pay me right now for help them to win the election next Monday. Listen.
Yeah, so our main goal, we went through your page, we love the content. Our main goal is, I know before when Raleigh was in power, there was a lot of miscommunication or maybe some mishaps. I'm not saying that they were not right or whatever the case is. So we heard you, and well, obviously now we changed the Prime Minister, so it's now Stuart Young. So what we're looking for is a reinforcement in your previous statement. So it's like, I saw you post a video yesterday between PNM and UNC. It was amazing. Now, that was a foundation for where we want to get at. So the next video that we hope to see you post is maybe with PNM, talking about Stuart Young and how he would implement the new manifesto. Now, if you want, and it's a lot of reading, I could send you the manifesto, but honestly speaking, it's a lot to read, and I don't expect you to read through all of them, right? So what we're focusing on is mostly youth. So we want to show you more or less how Stuart Young could put something in place for your children. Now, we do have some things in mind which I can send you, and you can also use that to promote. When it comes to payment, I would have spoken to them and they said they could give you a stipend. If we could get like 5 or 6 videos done by maybe like Tuesday or whatever, we could see how payment could be received. But more or less now we're just trying to get content out and to see that the content is growing, we'll take care of payment later.
Later, my bombo clat. You understand? My son no go to school because the Minister of Education don't want my son in the school. Do you know how much money I spend in lawyer in Trinidad and Tobago? $4 billion, right? Let me tell you something, right? Listen. When UNC win, everybody wins. Nothing with you, Ron.
I love that. Plenty children. Yeah, plenty children. Yes.
We take that victimization and then we run back.
Yeah.
For a few dollars more. You ever see the Western?
A few dollars more?
A few dollars more?
Yeah, yeah.
Or a fistful of dollars? Watch them to Western. You understand, Cuban boy?
Yeah, I tell you.
You ain't born here.
No.
You ain't go through half of what we went through here. And you stand up for the right thing.
Yeah.
You are more belly than we.
Cuban boy, can I take the money?
You can take and the opportunity.
And the opportunity. I hear them now we go take care of your children now.
Yeah.
After like pour the match out of the school.
We don't understand that whole manifesto, but just think about it, we focus on the
youth. Yeah, there's a lot to read.
Because you know why? He's a content creator, so he will reach the youth.
Yeah, yeah.
He will reach the youth. You understand?
Yeah.
And there was vexed when the saying UNC using content creators.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They want to reach the youths.
Correct.
Nothing wrong with that. That is a brilliant move.
Yeah.
Or they come second to that move and fail.
And fail.
You know why? Because no even Cuban boy want to be part of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brilliant move by the UNC to use content creators.
Yeah.
You understand? Because the youth ain't going to listen this 3 hours that we have
yeah,
here.
Yeah.
Right?
And then go to meeting, tell us, yeah.
Little 5 minutes clip.
Yeah, on the media.
On the media, then yeah. Listen to that.
All they want to hear, yellow is the code.
Yellow
we outside.
Yeah, we outside. That yellow is the code, mash them up.
Mash them up. That yellow is the code, mash them up.
Mash them
you
up.
come out, red is the word, and all kind of shit it is. Yeah.
And you see this song, when you win, Trinbago win. That is the sweet song right now.
Yeah, the sweet song right now, yeah.
That is sweet song.
How come they come with no PNM family this year?
No, come on.
What they get? You don't hear PNM song this year?
Them Rasta don't want to sing for them.
This year, but where's the PNM song for this year? They say using back sweeping time and thing.
Them Rasta don't want to sing for them.
They want to sing for them again. Oh God, don't say that, you see. Nope. Nobody want to sing for them?
Nope.
PNM family. Nothing?
You see that? Forget that.
Forget that?
That man don't even want that song play right. That man don't even want that song play. Every time you hear that song play, you go, them have to use that way. You see they're not using that much.
Yeah, yeah, like you tell them don't use my song.
No, hear what that will bring back. That'll bring back memories of Rowley.
Yeah. Let's do this. Yeah.
Let's do this?
Yeah.
We'll bring back memories of Rowley.
Let's do this and then do nothing.
And they do nothing. Rasta man glad.
Oh God.
Because heading into this election.
But how come they get us singers?
Let me show you some strategy. Heading into this election.
They can like get a little money like want sing something for them.
Nah, remember this song named The Call? The Call?
Yeah.
Huh?
The Call?
Yeah, you remember that song, The Call? Where this one was calling that one and saying, well boy.
Yeah. That song, yeah.
Bad song.
Yeah, the song you called there.
That was a kind of build up to team up.
Right.
Trust me. Because certain artists, right, they don't get locked out of that vibe.
That vibe's already, yeah.
Yeah, so they pick specific men.
Yeah.
And that was a team up, right, to roll out.
Right.
But you see when Ali Bokas bring back the Macamillion family.
Yeah. And be back on the Octave and all of them. Yeah.
That was a family. That was the Macamillion family. Kerry John, Orlando,
the Octave, Macamillion, yeah.
Right?
Spine and all of them, yeah.
Right, and then Swappy.
Jump in, yeah. Yeah.
They clear the ground.
Correct.
And then our Calypso Monarch champion, Or Young King
Champions, yes.
Our Young King
Champions, Squeezy.
Squeezy.
Yeah.
Jump in the mix too.
Right.
Right? And then you realize I said artists who sing good songs.
Yeah. I
said,
said,
you come.
You come, yeah.
And then in the last year, to drive up a 4-inch in the coffee, is some yellow rose on there and some yellow roses. on the platform last night.
Yeah,
and a man unleash a blow on
the people want camera.
Wait, I have one more gift for you.
I have
one more gift for you. And start to do so.
Yeah.
The man like you run around a corner, like, you know, and
like Superman. Like Superman is supposed to just say, you see the S here.
That was
it. Oh God, let me play some focus here. Let me take some focus.
Hi, good evening, welcome.
Yeah, fellas, evening. Yeah, it's really desperate, boy.
It's desperation.
The Rasta really want to pass that.
But I'm telling you.
Eating a little stupid money. Yeah, eating a little stupid money and stay cool and calm and quiet.
Right.
You want to pass that right now.
Not right now.
But why say now, boy? According to Stuart Young Mats, the different label living on $800 spending power. Based on what he's saying. Yeah, based on he Mats, if he's saying $500 is $200 spending power. Then the different label living on $800 a month.
Correct.
And I want to let them know that all that little free shopping is what they're talking about. People falling for them propaganda again, you know. When them trained and all that swimming, they're hungry, you know.
Uh-huh.
You feel it is. Go from there with that stupidness,
Thank you, man. Caller, good evening, welcome.
Good afternoon, fellas. Good afternoon.
Good evening.
Good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, no, it's a different level of desperation these people have, you know. Who paying influencers now, way?
Uh-huh.
Boy, I think embarrassed all how they were. Look at that now, boy.
Yeah.
All they run the man like dog. And
like dog.
Kind of no, they want help from the man here, right? I'm glad he put them up. And other people should play it out too. Listen, we can't play stupid. We can't play smart with foolishness. We don't already know. We live here for 9 years. Cuban boy must himself live here 9 years and he don't know what time it is.
Thank you. That should open my eye. That should open my eye, caller.
Yeah.
That should open my eye. If Cuban boy and take that bribe.
What were you telling me, boy? So it I don't know, boy. It's beyond embarrassing. They're so fake. Yeah, and I hear it has bacchanal special ballot for officers with the EBC.
Yeah, I hear so too.
Reaching all kind of things. And officers have to vote. Officers fed up all here too. Right? Send the people ballots to them vote now, man. Yellow is the code. Don't know, fellas. Have a good one.
Don't know. Yellow is the code. Trinidad gone yellow. Trinidad gone yellow.
You see,
not even parts.
There's a video circulated. Go ahead, take the call. I'll go tell you after.
Caller, good evening, welcome.
Yo, TC Duty, what's the vibes?
Hi, that's cool, man. What are you saying?
Full blessings as usual, you know. Everything positive in the house, fellas. You know, going straight back, I didn't get a call in the first hour when Heavy Duty was given. He tripped down memory lane now.
Yeah.
You see the thing about history? History only useful if we observe the important messages and move forward. You know, it has some people who just like to tell you back in the old time days, things was nice like this. So in the old time days, we had their problems and we still deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
What's the solutions? What's the solution? We right now we're in 2025, but all the time PNM, we need to be focusing on what they was doing and what they wasn't doing and calling them out. Now we have an opportunity as we have risen to a new standard of accountability. And some people, by the end of the day, I couldn't speak for myself, but I'm not finished. Media outlets, we need all the help. You know, and with anti-cams, what she needs to address is she needs to address the culture in Trinidad and Tobago. Because the culture, the fallen culture, is the reason why we had oil booms and we're in a situation like this. And it's the reason why Heavy Duty You can come on the radio every day and tell me how Dubai and Qatar and Grenada or Guyana, them recently discover oil and gas after us and doing better because it's the culture. So that's so important. Keep up the great work you guys doing as usual. The future, after the 28th, life goes on. The culture, we need you guys to stay on top of. We're looking for great things from the station, boat cruises, sports and family days, a whole growth. And as I close now, keep up the great work. At my head is all about logical, conscious common sense.
Yeah, man.
Fellas, blessings.
Yeah, man, cool. Caller, good evening, welcome.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How you guys going, man?
Yes, man.
How are you?
So let me tell you something. You see that situation with the Cuban boy there? That says so much, and people might take it as a joke, and
No, that's a lot.
That says so much about a group of people in this country who would sell their soul, see their neighbor, their brothers, their sisters dying, and would not stand up for the right thing in this country. Just imagine that man have everything to lose.
Yeah.
And so much, if he just decide that he could go that way that they ask him to do, and he choose not to. That shows integrity.
Exactly.
That shows that if we in this country had 10% of the integrity of a foreigner, just imagine a foreigner have to come and teach us what is integrity in a country.
You telling me?
When you could do something like that and then come and throw a spoonful of scrums for them and they go sell their soul. And that's what the PNM has been doing for these people and for so long. Lavantil, Beatam, Sealots, all the most oppressed areas in the country is PNM stronghold. You can't see them for 5 years. And as soon as you see they're ready for them to put them back in office, they come and they're sharing scrums. And they're running and taking it up. And waving flags and dancing with it. Last night I listened to Stuart Young. And all you only hear is, I do this, I do this, I do that. And it's only billions and billions of foreign exchange money he's talking about. If today, every social media, every media outlet in this country should be questioning Stuart Young, explain all the money and all the deals that you say you make with Shell and DP and EOG and all these kind of things, and bringing all these resources into the country, which amount to billions and billions of foreign exchange, where it is now. Explain that just to the country. And then people go wake up and understand who they're voting for and why they should not vote for the PNM in this country. Have a good afternoon, gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of the
Thank you so much, Caller. Thank you so much. Caller, good evening, welcome.
Good afternoon, peace. Good afternoon, everybody. Yellow house, boy. Let's paint over the house, boy. The house not red again, but the house yellow now. Yeah, I was just wake up. I get rid of them evil ones and them. I hear them on the next cocaine station, shushing and talking about the boss. But you bring up plenty of them. We kind of asked them to give an election to it. But Cuban boy deserve a round of applause.
Yep.
Cuban boy come out to show how wicked and evil the PNM is. They do the man all kind of things. Send back the man so and victimize the man train from school and all kind of things there. That we're going right now, the PNM paying them young boys in the East West Corridor to go and mash up UNC flag. Those stuff everybody say the truth. That would pay them as a parade, catch your hunger and gather small money to go and to mash up the PNM flag and them. So get top of the PNM campaign machine and CC. The first time I voted for the PNM was 2010 when the cost of election, I get money, The children with money like peas and giving money come on the election time. And so they go and they become there. The 2 terms, they put back Treasurer Hines. When people get full of professionals, they put a young bright lawyer there to come and fool people and they become there again. He and type behind the back as he get them not getting no resources. That come like Leon's watch and help out people in Mova there. But the rest, I hope people wake up. We have a 4 or 5 days again. But as I look to and listen, I go start one for after the 20th and 20th. I will give him a long rest. Bless.
All right, brother.
Alright, brother, thanks. You want to give long rest. Caller, good evening, welcome.
Oh, hello, good evening. Enjoying the show totally as usual. I just find it's a blatant disrespectful insult to citizens. Because I mean, for 9 years, you have people hungry, homeless, jobless, people scared because of violence. 9 years, eh?
Yeah.
And now, just so you have all these resources. Because I mean, when you doing people that, you actually telling people the dumb, you know.
Yeah.
Because you want to say, yeah, for 9 years, you don't have that, and suddenly in one little gap, you just, all this just come to pass. So you actually insulting people's intelligence, and that is very, very disrespectful to voters and citizens. And then, of course, I'll say the continued selling off of our state assets, and that is one thing that upset me. And as I say, the man say he going to increase the 4% to 5%, that is 1%. I don't know how those other unions are saying that. How you going to accept 1% additional to 4%?
Yeah.
But you take 47%.
Yeah.
And so these politicians continue to feel, and they're confident that people are so naive and so stupid that you're going to take them back, because right now they need their job. But that is what it is about.
Exactly.
All this
Yeah.
and politicians is they need
They
their
need
job.
their
and they
job. Yes.
People need to know each and every vote is prized.
Yes.
Your vote is valuable.
Yes.
They can't get that lump sum unless you vote them, put them there. And these people are managing your life, your livelihood.
Yes.
They're going to manage your education, your health, your opportunities, your savings. And if you choose the wrong person, I mean you're in trouble. Crapo smoke your pipe or your cuckoo cook. Thank you.
Thank you so much, darling. I like what you said. Now they coming to you because they need the job. All of a sudden, you is the boss.
Yep.
And you don't understand that yet? Why you didn't say a cutting 27% out of the 47% we take to show solidarity? No, but I'll give only 1%.
Yeah.
Instead of 4%, I'll give only 5.
Mm-hmm.
Cut 27% or come down to 4% like we.
Correct.
Let me see if I can take one more quick one before we head to the break. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, good afternoon, TC. Good afternoon, Heavy.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Well, Heavy and TC, that video all you played is not easy, because after what the man make advertisement for them, they promising them to pay him after, you know.
Yeah.
So if they win the election, it had no money to get him. Now, the guys and them who's destroying the UNC poster, them guys and them is promised to be on Ghost Gang, eh? Them guys and them ain't get no money as yet, eh? Them guys doing that and going to get paid 10 days after because the name go down on a Ghost Gang. That's how the PNM does work by. And they feel people don't know what the PNM going in the community, where them boy them in hand nothing, and telling the name go on a gang. Go and mash up UNC post and them boy them taking that bait. They probably had the van to carry them to picking them up and carrying them and bring them back in Laventille or wherever they bring them from. Not just Laventille, but anywhere in the East-West corridor, I should say. Because that's how the PNM this work election. The nasty and the wicked and evil. And that's, hey, you hear what the guy was saying to the guy in the savannah about all of them young boys as criminal? I sure maybe he had part to play in it. That guy was talking on behalf of the PNM with the glasses. He had part to play in the destruction of the posters and them that we see in that video you played. I am 100% sure with the things that he was saying, right? And what he could do. And then after the next day, we see all the UNC posters mash up. So I want the police pay attention to what's going on, because them PNM ain't too bright. They say what they're going and do. But they have a blessed day, we don't see you.
All right, brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have a few seconds before we head to the break. Let me see if I can play one voice note, right, and head to the break.
Heavy and TC, I want to agree with you. I want us to not be distracted. Let us remain focused on the prize, which is on April the 28th, 2025. Let us go out there, citizens of the Republic, go out and vote. Go out in your numbers. You see how they kind of want to kind of steal the election and all kind of thing. If we come out there and vote in our numbers, they cannot steal it. Let us go there and overwhelmingly vote for the United National Congress and the coalition of interests. And when we win, everybody wins.
TC, good evening. Big up to NCW and the suited up. Big program.
TC and Heavy, don't bother with them PNM and them, you know. Right now, the PNM paying people $300 to jump in a maxi to go to the meeting. First, they're desperate, but we go tell them all. We don't want no part of that.
Facing Bill on the street, 919 FM.
There is money to pay workers and to finance people-centered programs. But this government prefers to give that money to its rich to get richer and to its financiers. That's their plan. I want to remind you that in 2015, before we went out of office, we passed something called procurement legislation. And that was to help deal with the corruption and the fraud for the eater foods and the elites and the financiers. The PNM came and they gutted the legislation. With proper procurement legislation we passed, our country would have saved $5.2 billion a year. With that legislation in place properly, $5.2 billion a year wasted in corruption. So the money is there. That's $26 billion saved over 5 years and $52 billion over 10 years that could have gone to workers and citizens in our land. The government is quick to say that anyone speaking up about their incompetence is trying to frighten you, but all we are doing is talking the truth. Now tell me, are you not already frightened by the thousands of murders, rapes, and home invasions? Are you not already frightened of that? You don't need me to frighten you. Are you not already frightened by the high taxes and cost of living? Are you not already frightened for your children's and your grandchildren's futures? The answer is yes. You don't need the UNC and Kamala to frighten you. This government has done all of that. They've already done it. Are you not already frightened about losing your pensions? What is even more frightening is that they are unmoved and uncaring about your problems, your fears, your day-to-day fears. And that is what is truly frightening. They just do not care. Stuart Young claims to be Prime Minister. So if he's in charge, he must see that crime and criminality, property tax, inheritance tax, online purchase tax, value-added tax, higher utility rates are all greedily taking away your assets. These assets are yours. You are the rightful owners. And if he's in charge and seeing your assets being greedily taken away, what is he doing about it? How much further ahead would you have been had your last 10 years been managed by leaders who care and love you? Growth was the norm with the UNC. You must decide how much more of what is rightfully yours you want to lose to PNM financiers.
On April 28th, vote UNC. Because when UNC wins, everybody wins.
Let's welcome on stage none other than
One Caribbean Music Festival, Saturday, May 31st, 2025 at Queen's Park, Savannah. The king of dancehall will take the stage after 13 years. The World Boss returns. Vibes Cartel.
Come over now, come over now.
VIP and VVIP tickets available at
519 Restaurant and Bar, C3 Mall, San Fernando, Pompey's Barbershop, Port Mall, Scarborough, Jade Monkey, Crown Point, Waterholics, Pigeon Point, and East Bay Fashion, Spring Garden Trace, and online on Island e-tickets. For more information or cabanas and special zones, Call or WhatsApp 794-OCMF. That's 794-6263. Or log on to OneCaribbeanMusicFestival.com.
All previously purchased tickets remain valid. One Caribbean Music Festival, Saturday, May 31st. The World Boss returns. Vibes Cartel.
Powered by
California Stucco.
And sponsored by Cache.
Love, respect to Trinidad. It's always a pleasure.
Every day in our country, thousands of us wake up with one purpose: to move our vision forward. Fueling our drive is the opportunity to turn our small businesses into big dreams. You are the backbone of our communities, creating jobs, uplifting neighborhoods, and keeping our economy alive. Under the UNC, thousands of new businesses were born. The UNC believes in providing the opportunities and support to hard-working entrepreneurs who dare to dream, because when you win, we win.
This is the voice of the PNM. TNT, we're inviting you to join us as we write a new chapter with Prime Minister Stuart Young on Wednesday, April 23rd, St. James. Meet us at corner Bones Road and Church Street. Then on Thursday, April 24th, Sangre Grande. Meet us at the PTSC Terminal. Hear from our chairman, Prime Minister the Honorable Stuart Young, and a lineup of powerful speakers. St. James, see you on Wednesday, April 23rd. Sangre Grande, see you on Thursday, April 24th. All meetings start at 6:30 p.m. This is a new chapter for TNT. We're red, ready, and responsible. On April 28th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
This election, you have to have a plan. The PNM plans a new chapter for social services. A fresh approach, innovation, young energy with we boy, Stuarty.
We're going to double the number of food cards. We're going to increase the book grants.
Digital verification for grants. No more repeat paperwork.
We will reform the food support and disability grant systems to better protect and empower families.
Reforming the means test to give easier access to households facing temporary hardship. A new chapter for senior citizens. It's a boss manifesto. Dial a ride to help senior citizens get to clinic. Just call and a car picking you up. It's a wave of innovation in this new chapter.
Make sure that our senior citizens are properly looked after with an automated pension system.
Tanti Kamla and all go benefit. PNM have a boss manifesto, so we paid for political announcement. Vote PNM.
PNM, we working together, we building together, and we'll make it better.
They drained $18 billion in cash from the NGC. They squandered $24 billion from the Treasury in their final months. They approved contracts padded by hundreds of millions for their financiers and friends. They used the offices of the President, Parliament, and Cabinet to protect corrupt cronies, as was done in Section 34. Now, those friends and financiers are trying to buy this election and their freedom. Don't let them. If the UNC wins, law, order, and justice lose. The PNM is a responsible government on a solid foundation. Together, let's write the next chapter. On April 28th, vote PNM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live.
The Street 919 FM, the #1 election station.
Heavy. Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Good evening to everybody who's on the live. TCN Heavy. Listen, man, I just saw the Cuban boy that on the show there. Man, you know, this is a man after my own heart, you know. That man a real strength of character, boy. It shows you when a person have that kind of ability, you know, that kind of character to stand up for what is right, despite in the face of whatever persecution may come his way. You know, it shows you that a person has real character. And these is righteous people talking about, you know. It tells you a lot about the state of mind of people like that. You imagine after they do the span, all this thing, you can remember something with the children, and I think they send them back to Cuba or something like that. I don't know the whole story so good. But what I am looking at is the strength of character. And this is the kind of individuals, right, that we need to help build this country. We and our children must grow up our children to have that kind of character, you know, to stand against all us, despite the fact we always do the right thing. Anyway, I go on. God bless.
TC and Heavy, good afternoon. Around us here. Yellow is the code and will always be the code. So this morning I went to drop my son by his grandparents now. So when I do so now, I look and I see she gets polling card and the little ballot paper to go and vote now. And she get two ballot paper with she name on it, two of them. So I make her joke with she this morning. She say, well, you could go and vote in the morning, and then later in the afternoon, you could go and do the second vote. So EBC now printing duplicates and maybe triple of people ballot paper. You want to look into that now. Yeah, TCNV around us here. It's true what I call us here. For the first quarter, Stuart Young is talking about I and what he do on I and all them thing. The second quarter was only Kamala. What Kamala should do, what she do for 2010, 2015. That's all he talking about. And then on the last quarter now, you talking about how much money the country make, how much billions and millions and millions. And I ask myself, so if they make all millions and billions, where the money is now? Why the country in this state? And when you are nothing, and the crowd rant and raving, and you even tell the crowd what you giving them. So them just come to sit down to listen to your stories, and them leave that meeting with nothing.
All right, and also before I play the other voice note, I don't want people to get ahead of themselves. They could print 10
ballot paper.
The process only allows you once.
Yeah, once
you go through the process,
yeah, you can't go back.
You can't go back and do it a second time. So let's not even encourage that kind of conversation. Once you go through the process, right? You have to have your ID card with your ballot paper.
Yeah.
So nobody can go to a different ID
and then
card.
And a list where they're going to take off.
A list that they're going to take off.
Yeah, they're going to scratch up. They're going to
scratch up. So you can't go back with the same
ballot paper
with somebody else.
And then as a different finger in the ink, that is a day.
Yeah. The process.
Because examine your finger to see
if it have any little blue,
anything,
anything.
If you have Q-Tex at all.
Yes, right? So and we have to also remember that in that room is not one political party people alone.
Yeah, it's different people.
It's people representing the different political
parties in each.
Just not wearing the jersey.
Yeah,
right. Everybody minding their party's business in that room there.
Yeah.
Right. So once the process is over, you can't double dip no how there. Anything has to happen. It has to happen outside of that. Either before
or after.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Which will be nobody going there and going in a line twice, or having two ballot paper, or going and saying, okay, I get two ballot paper, I might think I can go and vote twice.
Yeah.
That
can never happen.
It can't happen. Right? So let's not even...
What I was going to say though, I saw a video where Senator Wayne Mark was showing a ballot paper sent to a man, and he's showing now that the man dead since 2003.
That could happen.
So why they still printing ballot paper for a man who dead 20 years ago?
That could happen. Right? It could happen as well. What happens at times is this. Birth and death is not up to date like what it's supposed to be. Birth and death now, listen, birth and death now supposed to be computerized only. You see this writing in a book?
Yeah.
You go there and you still have to fill out 60 form, right?
Yeah.
And all this foolishness, that there's madness, right? Birth and death. We in a tech society now.
Yeah, but we understand that's supposed to be already put. So we still writing in book.
It's not. We still, if a man dead and you really want to find out if he dead, you go to with some form of ID for him.
Yeah.
And them going and digging a book down in the back. Just now. When he dead?
Yeah. Not easy. So you get that typing in name in a computer, the name come up?
No.
They're still doing that, you see?
Yes.
After we spend all them billions of dollars?
Okay. So, right? Madness. Right?
TC, you serious? We have been trying that, boy. The 2025, boy? Yeah.
Good afternoon,
God,
TC. Good afternoon, every Brooklyn. Like big belly, nasty gray, Garcia. The boss of Unicut, who run an agency, who getting all the contract to build a set of broken things all over the place. He and Teddy are still fighting for the Shanflex supporting, Teddy are saying, and then like someone supporting Garcia. You see, and all of them, Teddy are saying, and all of them paying and youths and them, promising them European CPEP. But all party they want mash up, victimize the UNC posters and them. They're all nasty and evil, the PNM is fireball the PNM. This and every. All the rich home safe. I say to the boss. The people want Kamla. The people want Kamla. IWER is our boss. You make the right choice. I gotta get all that evil, big belly, nasty possible. And Shanflex and all of them nasty PNM and them who bring us that PNM and the southern registration, they bring no ad. For the last 9-10 years, nothing to try to make you a pauper. But would you bless no man curse? Don't nasty and evil the PNMers. I said keep the black man down. You get both and thing, I was frightened.
KFC is KBS.
KFC, let's go hard or go home, man.
Yeah, KFC is KB. KFC is summarizing them with people on the bus.
Yeah, boy. KFC said only bringing us other people and no ad. Hey, we have a few minutes to go. Let's take a few food.
Yeah, we take some food. Right?
Hi, good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening. Good evening. Yes, KFC. That was good. So let's keep up the good work. I mean, God bless IWER and for this station and for having you all here. You understand? We have to look out for them coming. You see, like we do Amara already. You understand? We have to look out for coming in all different forms. You understand? And I want to see if anything will come out of that thing with that two-star vehicle and so on. Let's see what will happen. It will be a little more heated between now and Monday. But for us, just trying and keep the cool, you understand, on our end. And let's see how we could, I see we get the cars and we have a little announcement and things that's good. Keep ponging them in whichever areas. And who could do the work on the ground and things, you know, try and encourage as much people to vote. Right? And the ship done sank already, you know. So
the taste and defeat.
Yeah, they're tasting it in a big way already.
Yeah,
you understand? But they would try to do many things to upset it. Yeah? They would try to do many things. They're sleeping, you know. They're working night and day now, you know. Night and day they're going, you know. So we have to look up to them, you know, all around. So for us, big good job, well done. You understand? And I want to thank God again, right? God bless you. You understand? And Tisha and Heavy and all the callers. Malcolm X, Santa Cruz, all the callers, Barako, very good contributions all the time, and keep the program going, and very well done.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All the best.
Yeah. Just imagine Cuban boy have more testicular fortitude than we old man partner. Eh?
Who you my partner?
Robert. Eh? Everything really have a price, Cuban boy. So he didn't take no price, but no gangsterism for him, boy. Robert, you know what happened that video with
Cuban boy.
Cuban boy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Robert,
you let me down, boy. Cuban boy do better than you.
Robert talked for about 8 years straight.
Yeah.
And when it's the time to reach.
Yeah.
You just turn around.
He has gone back.
Back, you turn around like Lot's wife.
You're digging for the diamond. And you reach close.
You reach close.
The diamond right in the rock.
And you turn back. Turn around.
Nah, John. Call again.
Hey, TCDT, I had a call back in real quick, just touching on what the last caller would I say is really like a revelation and knowledge. You know, people like Canadians always say, you know, only really know your friends, your family, when you're going through hard times. Well, you know, if you're in a situation, then you know who your real friends is. When everything normal is all skin teeth, you know, and it's all smiles and be jumping up and partying. But when you're in a situation, or if you even make a choice and say, nah, fellas, I can't like no more, you know, I look in the penal and studies, but fellas, I can't like no more, I look in a start a little small business or look to train and make a football team. Then show you the true colors and I bring it to the government as a close. And the only time you're not hearing them, when you look at election done, you can see them. The roads bad, no water, torching your community. Now you're looking to make a vote for realness for your proper country. They're looking to bring you down and they reach you as far as they can reach. You know the same job, bless no man, Chris. I know good as that. By keeping a cool head, fellas.
Alright.
Respect.
Blessings.
Yeah, respect. Dog, you look at Bone, we play that song and all in vain because they ain't giving you a bone now.
Yeah.
You understand? They're not even giving you a bone. That's just to tell you how dread it is. They believe that they don't even have to give you nothing. And they could walk away with it. Hi, good evening, welcome.
Hello, good afternoon, boss. Mr. Heavy, Mr. TC, good afternoon to you all. Malcolm X, good afternoon.
Hey, Malcolm X.
My brothers.
Yeah,
you're doing a wonderful work, Mr. Gentleman.
Thank you very much.
I always listen all your ever since to now. I will call all your name today with all your partner who on today 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I agree with you all until I see you all, my brothers. Yellow is the code and I dare with you all. I will stand up to the end. Don't mind the Prime Minister has to go back in last year, we face, eh?
You mind the Prime Minister have to do what?
I say, your tongue had to go back inside last year, we face again.
Okay.
Alright, go on.
Right? Blessings to you all, my brothers.
Alright.
Thanks to get to this afternoon. Thank you very much. Blessings to you all. We should say for us.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, brother.
And I will encourage everybody.
I will. Thank you very much. I will do that.
I call that. Thank you.
Everybody, whatever you're doing Saturday, wherever you're doing, put it on pause.
Yeah.
And we're going around West Savannah to show the numbers and the thousands in your yellow Saturday. Hi, good evening, welcome.
Yeah, brothers. Yeah, everybody only come out in all the thousands, coming down by the thousands. So the thing is, I hear all the earlier saying, the PNM in no song. That song, I hear Peter C. sing song, I hear Pretty sing song. But the thing is, both of them songs talking about all in. And that yellow is the code phrase so strong. The shaking, the change it from all in to red and responsible.
Yeah.
So they can't shake up right now.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not that they have songs. And then UNC now, it has so much people on the ground that have an emotion of discontent.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That it's natural that these young talented artists that been stifled on their watch will bring out songs.
Yeah.
With UNC naturally, so it would connect with the ground. So when UNC when everybody when just take over and then it have some other songs. Ruben have a good song, Kerry John have a good song.
Yeah.
Have so many songs because people tired and fed up of going on. Right? So it's just a movement. Yeah, so that's why we're telling the next song. Yeah, brother, blessings.
Blessings.
All right, brother.
Blessings.
Yeah, man.
You talk reality there because the youth was really getting stifled in the entertainment business.
Yeah.
They are the youths that you're seeing dominant now.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yep.
They are the ones that you're seeing really taking over right now. They have the opportunity now, right?
Yep.
To make that statement and they're doing it. We're about to wrap up. We have just about a minute and a half ago. Right? We have one voice. No, there. Let me see if I can play it quickly.
Yeah, fellas, good day. Heavy, I know it's election time, but oh gosh, well, I see this video on TikTok the other day, and plus I come and I see it on Facebook, right? I know if you could get the people at 91.9 a little part too, boy. If you could educate them, boy. You see how you talk here in this video here, I know if you could educate them, boy. I know it's election time. We talking politics, but you see this video when you get chance, if you could get them a part 2, boy. Yeah, boy, that will be a real benefit for the black community, boy, to open up the iron thing.
All right, thank you. I don't know, I've not seen the video.
He
sent a link.
We
Just click on it and I want to see it. I just don't, and we don't want to play it. Just click on it and let's see.
It went open.
Oh, yeah.
It went open.
Yeah.
Link of itself went open.
Yeah, let's send it. Yeah. Let's send it as a video. It wouldn't come up.
Screen record it.
Yeah, we'll send it to something.
It wouldn't send it. It went open.
Yeah, I don't know what video you're talking about. So probably a video I put on social media. Or I probably the video I see circulating right now. But when Iron Ghost was on the truth is unbelievable. Somebody pulled that video back when I was talking about the PNM is not a black party. I feel that's that he's talking about.
We already know.
I see recording.
You understand? We wouldn't have any time to play a recording.
Yeah. We're wrapping up. So
I want to say thank you so much again. See you guys tomorrow. We have 2 days ahead of us to come and speak to the people. And after that, you are on your own until Monday. Alright? We going.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell